Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video on this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, I'll not waste your time. Let's get started with the video. So in today's video, we are going to do a detailed analysis of a stock. Okay, before showing you the stock name, let's see the returns of that stock. As you can see the returns, it's not even 1 year. The stock has recently listed on stock exchanges. It's not even 1 year. So let's see the returns. In 6 months, 57%. 3 months, 55%, not bad. 1 month, 12%. 1 week, 1%. As you can see, the returns are amazing. So the first stock which I have selected for you is Computer Age Management Services, called as CAMS. CAMS is India's largest registrar and transfer agent of mutual funds with 70% market share of mutual asset under management. So CAMS has 70% market share of mutual fund industry. That's a good point. CAMS provides a comprehensive portfolio of technology-based services such as transaction origination, interface, execution, payment, settlement, record keeping, computation and compliance related services. So the CAMS company provides various services. This is important to know if you are going to invest in CAMS CAMS stock. CAMS is also engaged in RTA services to alternative investment funds. AIFS acts as insurance repository, account payment aggregator and CRA for NPS. Great Terrain, an affiliate of Warburg Pincus, is the current promoter of CAMS with 31% stake, while other marquee shareholders includes HDFC Bank and Bank 3.33% of stake and HDFC Limited 5.99% of stake. So HDFC Group is also invested in this stock, as you can see, and the Great Terrain is the main promoter of the company with the 31% stake, as you can see. So this is the main part of the video. What company do? Many people invest in stock, but they don't know what company do. So if you are going to invest in this stock, you must know what company do. So let's see what company do. The company provide RTA services. I'll explain further in the video what is RTA services. So the company, the CAMS provide RTA services to fund houses that manage around 70% of total asset under management of the mutual fund industry. That's massive amount. Just for an idea, the total asset under management of the Indian mutual fund industry as on May 31st. Okay, I'll tell you all what is RTA, because many people will not understand what is RTA. It is confusing, right? So I'll explain you what is RTA. A registrar and transfer agent. RTA is a third party that helps mutual fund companies by registering and maintaining records of investor transactions. These services save a lot of burden on fund houses. CAMS charges a certain percentage of the amount for providing these services. So the company provides RTA services to the third party that to maintain their records. So this by this service, the mutual fund houses reduces their burden. CAMS provide RTA services to all the top 5 mutual fund companies like SBI, HDFC, ICICI, Aditya Birla, Kotak, AMCs. It also services 9 out of the top 15 largest mutual fund houses. So that's a good point. It also services 9 out of 15 largest mutual fund houses. If you are investing in mutual fund, it may be serviced by CAMS. The investors' data alone pile up to more than 275 terabytes of data. 1 TB is equal to 1000 GB. Now think about the data of all the investor transaction. So as you guys can see, 275 terabytes of data. 1 TB means 1000 GB. So terabytes, as you can imagine, the people who understand this will know how huge it is. With such big data, it is difficult to fund houses to switch RTA just like that. In terms of technology, they are extremely efficient in handling such a big data. Also, they are employing cutting edge technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning for some use cases. CAMS currently maintaining a disaster recovery site in Mumbai. So the mutual fund houses data is so big, so huge that they need service providers like CAMS to handle their data. So the CAMS handles their data and charges them a certain amount of fees. So the company's main revenue comes from RTA services. I hope you all have understood what is RTA services. CAMS have 39% of market share in e-insurance policies, having 2.9 million policies held. CAMS is next to NSDL. NSDL is competitor of CAMS. These two companies play duopoly market. These two companies works the same. These two companies manage RTA services of mutual fund industries. Combinedly, CAMS and NSDL command 84% of total e-insurance policies. Investor, this is the main point. Investors should note that LIC provides its self e-policy. Also, investors should note that the market share of LIC is being taken away by private players continuously. This will further help in increase the policies served by insurance repositories. Apart from this, CAMS provides electronic payment collection through CAMS Pay. In FY 2020 alone, 93.3 million ECS and ACH registrations and transactions executed. Acts as a KYC registration agency. CAMS develop software solutions internally. CAMS got the nod from RBI for providing account aggregator services through CAMS Financial Account Management for NBFCs. These are the few facts. NSE forced to sell its entire shareholding of 37.4 in CAMS. So NSE had a big shareholding in CAMS. Due to SEBI intervention, SEBI even imposed a 6 crore penalty on NSE for acquiring a stake in CAMS without regulator approval. So they bought a stake in CAMS without SEBI's regulator approval. So the NSE had to sold all the stake. HDFC and HDFC Bank own 5.99 and 3.33 stake in CAMS. So as you guys can see, CAMS major revenue comes from RTA services that were offered to mutual fund houses. From mutual fund houses itself, CAMS gets around 90.2% revenues as of Q3 FY 2021. Top 5 clients alone contribute to around 70% as of Q1 FY 2021. So there is concentration risk. Any loss of client can impact its revenue significantly. Good news is that average relationship with 10 largest mutual fund clients is 19 years, meaning CAMS is able to negotiate prices with fund houses and retaining contract. So as you guys can see this chart, there is a huge growth opportunity for mutual fund industry because many new investors are coming in market due to this COVID, as you guys know. So there is as you guys can see, US 120% mutual fund industry contributes to GDP. Canada 81%, France 80%, UK 67%, Japan 40%, and China 13%, and India 12%. So there is a huge growth opportunity for India. In India, only 12% people contribute, invest in mutual fund and contribute to GDP. So there is a huge growth opportunity. If you invest in this stock as earliest as possible, you will get a good returns. That's my guarantee. You will get good returns. But please, this is not a buying recommendation. You also do your own research. And I have personally invested in this stock, so I feel like there is a huge opportunity in this stock. From Jan 2011 to Jan 2021, asset under management grew by 6.91 lakh crores to 30.50 lakhs crores, which is 16% compounded annual growth rate. The mutual fund industry has grew by 30.50 lakhs crore, which is 16%. That's amazing. For 10 years, from Jan 2016 to Jan 2021, asset under management grew from 12.74 lakh crores to 30.50 lakh crores, which is 19% CAGR for 5 years. That's amazing. There is a huge growth opportunity, guys. There is a huge growth opportunity. So my final verdict for you people: the fact is lots of youngsters and new people entering the markets. This is right. The people perspective towards the market is changing, and number of new people in mutual fund industry and stock market is rapidly increasing in this COVID era. People are understanding the importance of investment. I am expecting at least growth of 18% CAGR till FY 25. CAMS growth is almost directly dependent on the growth of the whole mutual fund industry. This was my final verdict, my friends. So let's see some fundamentals of the stock. The stock is currently trading at P of 63.3 and the return on capital employed stands on 59.9. That's good, amazing. Current price of the stock, as you guys can see, current price of the stock. I feel the stock's current price is not overvalued. It's justifiable. If you are a long-term investor, you can enter in this stock at any point. You will get good returns. I feel so. But this is not a buying recommendation. You do your own research before investing. You should not consider book value in this stock. Why? I'll tell you guys. You should not consider book value because this is not a capital heavy industry. They don't have huge factories, land, machinery and all. So you should not consider book value in this type of stock. This is service based stock. This stock provides services to mutual fund industries and all. So this is service based stock. You should not consider book value. So this is you should not consider book value. Remember that. ROE stands at 45.7. That's a good point. Minimum it should be 20, but it is above 45 and 59. And the company's dividend yield is 0.92. Face value is 10. And as you guys can see, the company is 52-week high and 52-week low. The company is trading currently. Okay, let's see some pros and cons of the company. The company is almost debt free. That's a good point. Company has a good return on equity. ROE track record of 3 years. ROE 36.54. Return on equity, friends. This is awesome. 36. Company is maintaining a healthy dividend payout of 91.46. Stock is currently trading at 29.51 times of its book value. You should not consider book value, as I told you. The company has delivered a core sales growth of 0.82 over past 5 years. Okay, let's analyze profit and loss statement of the company. Okay, let's see sales. We have data of from 2011 to 2021. Let's see sales. 318, 273, then down again up 372, 442, 464, 606. These figures are in crores. Okay, friends, these figures are in crores. 651, 661, 674. So as you guys can see, from 2018, it is not it is not growing very rapidly. It is growing very slowly, but there is a growth opportunity. For I have told you already in this video that there is a huge opportunity for India. Further, a lot of new investors are coming. So from this point 2021 till 2025, there is a huge growth opportunity. The sales can grow double also. There is a huge growth opportunity. So as you guys can see, net profit 59, 51, 70, 81, 108. These figures are in crores again. 160, 112, 164, 219. So the profit is also, net profit is also increasing consistently. EPS, earning per share, in 2011 it was 12, then 10, 14, 16, 22, 32, 23, again down 33, now 44. See 44 in 2021, because new investors are coming, a lot of, and there is a huge growth opportunity. I'm telling again and again, guys, mark my words, this stock is going to give this stock is going to be a multi-bagger, mark my words, friends. But this is not a buying recommendation, please. Let's see the balance sheet of the company. Reserves 150, 169, 232, 250, 313, 364, 343, 440, 421. Okay, the reserves of the companies are also growing. As you guys can see, there is zero borrowings, zero. So the company is totally debt free. As you guys can see, the assets of the company are consistently growing. Okay, let's see cash flow statement of the company. Cash from operating activities. This is the main thing we have to see in cash flow. 61, 70, 84, 102, 188, 144, 180, 237. So the cash from operating activities is also growing consistently. Okay, let's see shareholding pattern of the company. Promoters 30.98, 30.19 remains the same as of 2021. FII foreign institutional investors 8.67, 22.14 and 23.99. Foreign institutional investors have increased their percentage a lot, as you guys can see. DII, the domestic institutional investors, mutual funds and all, they have reduced their shareholding. Public 28, 20, 21. Public has also, public means retail investors like you and me. We people also have reduced our stake in this company. I don't know why, but okay people, bye. I expect that you all have liked my research and my video. Please give a like and please subscribe to my channel. This was my first video. If I have done any mistake, please forgive me, guys. I'll improve further, guys. This was my first video. If I have done any mistakes, please try to understand. This was my first video, and bye bye. Let's meet in the next video. Okay, bye.